Alright, so I will be doing the current Kangaram, I hope I'm saying this correct, sample, and my sample size is n equals 80. So in my spreadsheet, they gave me 80 observations. They gave me 80 observations and randomly assigned some of the adults to 1. So after assigning the numbers, the frequency chart shows what 0 and 1 means, which 0 means no and 1 equals yes. Out of all 80 observations, 28 came out to be 0, which is no, and 52 came out to be yes, which is 1. On to the data from repetitions of the sampling process. We had up to 50 samples. So you see how that says 50. We have up to 50 samples, and over here in the red box, it tells us what my mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, and my sample size are. So with statistics, which is the sample proportion, I took the mean of the sample 1. Let me go back up. I took the mean of the sample 1, which was 0.650, and wrote it down for that number. So the numbers are subject to change per sample. So next I'm going to put my histogram together. Well, they gave me a histogram already. So when the statistic for the sample portion changes, well, when you put it down for the mean, it changes by each sample number. So the histogram was going up and down each number because each sample had a different sample proportion. So on to sampling this. So after I put down all of my numbers for the data for repetitions of the sampling process, the numbers did it for me. So as you can see from the sample statistic from 50 repetitions, it gave me all of this, and the frequency table from 50 repetitions gave me all of this, and it has the number of samples below that says 50, and the frequency table from 50 repetitions with smaller bin widths. And as you can see under this one gave me the number of repetitions, which is the number of samples, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum, and the maximum of this frequency table. So in my charts, with the mean being 0.64, I want to make sure I am putting it in the correct spot. So for both charts, my percentage for more than the mean, well, I ended up doing a histogram for all 3 charts, and as you can see, this one is more, shows more, and it gives you the repetition, the rounded sample proportion, the sample proportion, and the rounded sample proportion. And as you can see, it goes up to 50, but it's going in odd numbers, and I have my percentage on my vertical axis, and this is the frequency. So as you can see that it's skewed to the right, so I take it as positive. And for my frequency table from 50 repetitions, which is the second table up here, this would be the zoomed out version of the chart because it's going by tens rather than 0.5. And since my standard deviation is, since my mean is 0.64, I ended up putting my star right there, because since it's zoomed out, the mean can only go so high above and so low below. And for my frequency table from 50 repetitions with smaller bin widths, this one is the zoomed in version because it's going by 5s rather than one whole number. And these as you can see, now my arrows are more spread apart because the numbers are more far more separated than the previous chart. So, and my standard deviation is I keep saying standard deviation. Again, my mean is 0.64. So what I did with my star was, rather than it looking like it's above 0.65, I used the pointy part of the star at the top to make sure that it doesn't go further than this line right here. So I made it a little bit before so that it can look like it's 6.4. And so in my charts, with the mean being 0.64, I want to make sure I'm putting it in the correct spot. So for the zoomed out version, my percentage for more than the mean will be 0.68%, and actually the charts at the top would better explain it. This would be my zoomed out version. So my percentage for more than the mean would be 68%, and my percentage for it being under the mean would be 32%. For my third chart, which is this one, which is also the zoomed in version, the percentage of it being more than the mean is going to be about 44%, and for it to be under the mean is about 56%. And when I say this is my zoomed out version, and this is my zoom. Wait a minute. %. Oh, this is my zoomed out version. So I say about because for both of these, because with this one we don't really necessarily know what's below and what's above, because it's not like going by 5, it's like this one. So because it's a 0.64, I can do better numbers with this one because this has 0.65, so everything under that would be correct. But with this one, it's kind of like you don't know what to really expect because this is a whole number rather than it being 0.65. So, and that is all